So one thing I think most state governors, most state officials, as well as the federal government could agree upon, and that is we needed improvements in FEMA. And it needed to be what I call right-sized so that it would be more nimble, quicker in the response, but also understanding that it's the locals who know what is best in responding to a disaster. And local is defined by these local communities, whether it be Leander or Travis County or Williamson County, whatever the case may be. They're the ones on the ground, and they know their communities far better than anybody else, and they know how to respond to their communities. And it's the state and federal government that work to provide them the additional resources they need to accomplish their goal. But by working on the reforms that we will work with FEMA and with the presidential team on, we're going to work to find ways to streamline the process, cut through all the red tape, to ensure that even when we do that, the monetary resources that we are receiving now that are much needed for things like having the emergency first responders or debris removal or search and rescue operations, those will still be funded, but we will have the ability to do it a whole lot faster, a whole lot quicker without waiting around for the federal government.
Last question.
Job number one is always saving lives, protecting lives, and finding those who have lost their lives. And that is a 24/7 operation that we are unrelenting in continuing to pursue. The story is about those who have been swept away is gut-wrenching and heartbreaking, and the kind of thing that spurs us to do even more to make sure that we're going to be searching and finding everybody that we can. All of America has their eyes on what's going on in Texas, and Americans are praying, caring for, and helping our state so much. It's just unbelievable. You can see one thing that's quite obvious, and that is it doesn't matter if they're a red state or a blue state. They are fellow Americans, and when times get tough, Americans come together. That is even more true as it concerns Texans. This has been an extraordinarily challenging time, if not the most extraordinarily challenging time that Texans have faced. And in typical Texas fashion, Texans have united, come together. So everybody who is at a camp, everybody who is at a hotel and places like that, they've been identified. Those who are missing on this list, most of them, were more difficult to identify because there was no record of them logging in anywhere. And it was through information provided by a friend, a family member, co-worker, whatever the case may be, that they haven't been found. Even though we are reporting 97 people missing, there's no certainty that all 97 of those people were swept away by the storm.